How is it that you effectively use email for client communications? Hi guys, my name is Deepak Shukla, founder at the Pearl Lemon Group. We are a business growth and development agency. And if you're looking for support with your corporate communication, whether that's internally within your teams, whether work from home or remote or in office, or with your actual clients, we are here to help you. Please do get in touch. And today, in day number 13 of 106 days of corporate communications training, we're here to talk about effectively using email for client communications. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link in the description below to get access to 7 additional strategies that are not shared in this training. So look, when it comes to effectively using email, to be honest with you, I'm going to give you some straightforward strategies and things that you need to do. Okay? So let's just go through them. This is going to be the most practical guide ever. 1, respond in line. So what in line means, I'll give you a live example of it right now. If, for example, you have someone who says, "Hi, Frank, looking for an update on how the..." Let's just say this is an example. So let's just say this is an example of a email that you receive from a client. So number 1, responding in line is doing this. So you break the email up and you say, "Hey, Martha." So what you're doing here is ultimately the client is asking multiple questions within one email. And the problem, if you just respond with a main block of text at the top, so let's just say that this is their email, then it breaks and you send another email a couple of days later. "Hey, Martha, great to hear from, and sorry to hear that you have some concerns. I'll do my best to address all of your..." Let's just say that's an example of a response. So Martha, now let's imagine and think about it. Martha has gone away, sent 300 other emails, sent or received, woke up, slept, talked to clients, all of that good stuff. And then she gets this. She may not even remember what she's written. And what she's written may consist of multiple things. And then if you try and bundle it all on here, in her head, she's trying to think if everything got covered. So that way, when you respond in line, it's better to do this. Absolutely. Quickly, for your reference, here's a link to our latest. So what you're doing now is you're responding question for question with everything that she's asking. And what you're also doing, and this would normally be bold, this would be bold or italics or underline. What we're doing here is that we're breaking out each of the elements of her question. So first one is, "Hi, Frank." That was number 1. "Looking for an update as to how the campaign is going." That's number 2. "I compared the results with the package and I've got a couple of concerns." That's number 3. And that one would warrant a lot more information. "When is the next report due?" Also, that's number 5. Now, the way that it was written previously, it was written like it was all one paragraph, but the one paragraph contained a lot of questions, and it also contained the subtext of she's worried. So what can we do to actually appease her? And you'd probably want to also potentially organize a call, and probably even, and this is the part with effectively using email, is that you want to potentially just call her directly, depending upon the nature of the email itself. But fundamentally, responding in line and identifying the sub questions is going to be really powerful. So number 1, and let's go through it, in line, okay? And when you respond in line, that's the first thing. The second thing is make sure that you answer all questions. So make sure that all, Christ, my handwriting is bad. Make sure that all of your questions actually get answered. That's super important, okay? So make sure that all of the client's questions get answered. What we'll do is we'll just put Q, it's fine. So inline, make sure all of the questions get answered. Number 3, you want to provide proof, okay? So proof of whatever you're doing. Can you see here? Here's a link to our latest report. So that's an example of proof. Now, proof can take it can be a link, it can be a screenshot. Links or screenshots probably are ideal. Links, screenshots, or attachments, okay? Attachments are least ideal because, again, when you think about the structure of an email, if you had a link here or a screenshot, it's much better than adding a lot of attachments to the bottom of the email because, again, depending upon where they are, depending upon what they're doing, they need to download it, they need to open it in an app, and it just creates more clicks, ultimately. You want as minimal clicks as possible, which is also why I'm writing this all up in here. So these are the things that you really need to remember. So one for let's open this box up now again that we could do it. So bear with me. So 1, respond inline. 2, answer all questions. 3, provide evidence. 4, use energy. So energy slash enthusiasm. So look, energy and enthusiasm demonstrates care. It does demonstrate care. What it demonstrates is proactivity, initiative, drive, energy for the campaign. And that would mean things such as exclamation, sure, absolutely, no worries, don't worry. I also want to, come with solutions. So this is also another thing. So respond in line, answer all questions, provide evidence, use energy, come with solutions. Where necessary, use videos. So that would be a video, a video outline, a screencast, for example, of you demonstrating an issue. So these would be, in my view, the 6 things that would really help you effectively use email for client communications. I would also say at relevant people in your team for getting things done. So what a client really likes to see is if you say, Deepak, can you find out what's happening with PPC? You can follow the thread by sending an email, CCing in the client to your PPC team saying, hey, guys, can we get an update to, Frank or Martha within 48 hours as to exactly what's going on with PPC per our discussion? So that would imply that you've spoken to your team about what's happening, and then your team are following up with the client, and the client sees that you're putting the work in. The client sees that you're immediately communicating what he has said or she has said to the team, and it just creates also a whole trail for evidence of work, and it also demonstrates work ethic. So these would be, in my view, the 7 things that you could do to effectively use email for client communications. There's more than that, but this is a practical guide to making you more effective over email.